Señoras y señores, muy buenas tardes. En nombre de nuestra Universidad de Guadalajara, damos a todos ustedes la más cordial de las bienvenidas a esta rueda de prensa sobre Correspondences, Feria Internacional de la Música de Guadalajara, FIM GDL. Nos acompañan presidiendo este acto el doctor Héctor Raúl Solís Gadea, vicerrector ejecutivo de nuestra alma mater. Patti Smith. El maestro Guillermo Arturo Gómez Mata, secretario general de la Universidad de Guadalajara. La doctora Margarita Hernández Ortiz, coordinadora de Extensión y Difusión Cultural de la Universidad de Guadalajara. Stefan Krasnensky, bienvenido. Sergio Arbeláez, director de FIM GDL. Y Santiago Gardezábal, curador de Correspondences. Bienvenidos todos. En primer término, escucharemos palabras de bienvenida al proyecto Correspondences y el papel de la universidad en la cultura como institución propulsora de las artes. Para esto queda en uso de la palabra el doctor Héctor Raúl Solís Gadea, vicerrector ejecutivo.
Muchas gracias, pues muy buenas tardes. ¿Cómo se dice? Good afternoon. Welcome, bienvenidos. Muchas gracias a los medios de comunicación por su presencia y a todas las personas que están aquí. La verdad es que hoy estamos de manteles largos, estamos de gala en la universidad. Bueno, no solo porque estamos a punto de inaugurar la novena Feria Internacional de la Música, sino también porque tenemos la presencia de dos personas muy importantes, muy interesantes. Destacadamente, la señora Patti Smith, quien no necesita presentación, y también el señor Stefan Krasnensky, con quien, artista de sonido, ellos dos vienen colaborando en un proyecto que se llama Correspondencias. Y bueno, hoy por la tarde atestiguaremos la inauguración de la feria, pero de la exposición de lo que están haciendo y el día de mañana con un concierto. Para la universidad, de verdad, representa un orgullo, un gusto, una satisfacción tener aquí a Patti. Sabemos lo que representa en términos de la libertad de la creatividad y la cultura, en términos de encarnar a toda una generación de artistas, activistas, propulsores de la libertad, la dignidad humana. Y pues nos da mucho gusto. Aquí me acompaña también el secretario general, que por cierto es rockero. Entonces lo ve muy serio, pero… Y bueno, entonces también les quiero dar la bienvenida y agradecer la presencia de Margarita Hernández, nuestra coordinadora de cultura en la universidad, nuestro curador, nuestro director en jefe de la feria, Sergio, y también el curador. Muchas gracias. Entonces, yo no quiero decir mucho, simplemente quiero expresar el gusto que nos da la presencia de Patti y de Stefan y señalar que gracias a un encuentro como este, la universidad quiere afirmar su compromiso de cercanía con la juventud creativa, con la juventud que le gusta interpretar el arte contemporáneo de todos los tiempos, la cultura, la música en particular en este caso. Entonces estamos muy contentos por eso, porque vamos a tener muchos estudiantes. La mitad del auditorio de la sala Plácido Domingo estará llena de jóvenes de la Universidad de Guadalajara y de otras instituciones, quienes gratuitamente accederán a la sala. Entonces, vienen días del gusto por la música. Y pues muchísimas gracias, Patti, Gracias, Stefan. Thank you very much for being here. And let's start. Gracias.
Para hablarnos algo sobre el Festival de Música, queda en uso de la palabra Sergio Arbeláez.
Gracias, maestro. Pues bueno, para mí es un gran gusto estar aquí. Digamos que me refiero a una anécdota muy particular de mi padre cuando vi una conferencia de Patti Smith en Buenos Aires en conversación con el director de la Biblioteca Nacional de Argentina, y esa anécdota me marcó mucho porque él quedó muy impresionado porque al final de esta bonita plática entre estos dos grandes personajes, el público, en vez de dar flores, les regaló libros. Y eso me generó a mí una imagen muy bonita de lo que representa la música, lo que representa la poesía, lo que representa las artes, y es lo que estamos haciendo desde FIM en este momento y digamos que nuevo comienzo desde FIM, en donde queremos entender la música como un lenguaje que toma muchas formas y un lenguaje que es principalmente un lenguaje colaborativo. Y en esa idea de que es un lenguaje colaborativo, es importante señalar de que esta feria se hace desde muchas voluntades y desde mucha colaboración y esfuerzo. Y esa colaboración, pues quiero agradecer enormemente a la doctora Margarita, a Kim Martínez de Esmerarte y a todos los que suman sus voluntades para que estos proyectos se lleven a cabo y que en ese convencimiento profundo en la poesía, en la música y en las diferentes formas que puede tomar ese lenguaje, y que finalmente, como dice nuestro lema, nos termina uniendo como sociedad, nos termina uniendo como comunidad universitaria y nos termina uniendo como personas principalmente. Así que, pues definitivamente, con esa idea de este diálogo y esta colaboración, para nosotros es un gran placer tener esta conversación y esta colaboración entre dos grandes artistas como lo son Stefan y Patti. Es un privilegio tanto para la universidad como para la ciudad tener un proyecto como estos, de esta magnitud y de esta visión, porque es un proyecto que lleva más de 10 años construyéndose y se sigue construyendo. Creo que de aquí de Guadalajara seguirán las conversaciones y seguirá la poesía. Así que pues creo que todos vinimos a escuchar a los protagonistas de este proyecto y nuevamente reitero el agradecimiento a Margarita, a todo el equipo que está detrás de Cultura ODG, a todo el equipo que está detrás de Esmerarte, a todo el equipo de la universidad por la confianza en este proyecto que se está volviendo un referente iberoamericano para la música, para el arte y para todas las formas que toma este lenguaje que amamos todos, que es la música. La música nos une. Muchas gracias Santiago, Patti y Estefan por permitirnos alojar este maravilloso proyecto, y pues le doy la palabra a Santiago, curador de la exposición.
Gracias, buenos días a todos, rector, secretario, doctora Margarita, Sergio, los amigos de Esmerarte, a toda la gente que participa en la Feria Internacional de la Música de Guadalajara, universidad maravillosa, abierta a Latinoamérica. Realmente es conmovedor estar en un recinto como este, siempre lo hemos visto como una de estas mecas culturales de América Latina, y para mí es un enorme orgullo poder pensar que algo que se originó en Bogotá, Colombia, como un sueño de manifiesto de unir nuestras visiones latinoamericanas, puede enfocar, como dice Sergio, en un proyecto de gran envergadura y catalizar para que el mundo en general voltee a mirar la gran calidad y excelencia de nuestros escenarios, de nuestros equipos. Entonces quería hacer solamente una mención al hecho de que en este proceso colaborativo y colectivo que es la visita de Patti Smith y Soundwalk Collective a este continente. Se tocan muchas vidas, es decir, es un proceso colaborativo donde un primer colectivo que lidera Stefan con Simone empieza a ampliarse. Vemos como en el estreno de este Correspondences en Bogotá había un pequeño núcleo, y cada vez se va ampliando más. Los equipos técnicos se fortalecen, los equipos humanos generan tejidos mucho más profundos. Es un proyecto enfocado para la juventud creativa de América Latina. Es un proyecto que busca abrir esas dimensiones y nuevas correspondencias para todos. Es un proyecto complejo en el sentido en el que hace una transformación profunda de los escenarios desde las artes escénicas y los museos como espacios de artes vivas. Y realmente para mí es un orgullo poder trabajar con un equipo así de maravilloso en un marco que no podría ser mejor como la Universidad de Guadalajara. Así que les agradezco mucho a todos por estar aquí. Por otro lado, me encantaría que solamente pasar este pequeño mensaje que creo que es clave para ahora cuando hagamos esta serie como de preguntas y respuestas, y es que nos centremos o intentemos centrarnos en la exposición de Correspondences, porque naturalmente todos quisiéramos preguntarle miles de cosas a Patti, pero de verdad que como reiteré en un principio, esto es un proceso colectivo y de colaboración. Hay un asunto de horizontalidad que nos empeña a todos, y creo que de una forma también generacional muy bella en que ella está mostrando que su trabajo, y detrás de ella y detrás de esta visión de una mujer enorme, hay un equipo maravilloso que también está trabajando ahora mismo para que Guadalajara pueda recibir este evento tan hermoso. Muchas gracias.
Sorry. I'm very happy to be here. Guadalajara is my first time in your beautiful city. So such great energy and beautiful light. And I'm sorry I only speak English, but I hope you can feel my excitement and happiness to be here, and also in this room, oh my gosh, surrounded by such revolutionary art, and seeing so many people here, so many journalists interested in the work. Soundwalk Collective has given me the opportunity to go back to my roots of poetry in its highest form, magnifying the word and language with political concerns, environmental concerns, humanistic concerns, and of course, the sacrifice for art as the highest vocation. All of these things we've been able to address through sound, film, installation, nature, and it's all due to the work of this man, Stefan. And with Soundwalk, I feel I am able to express so many things that are important. This destruction of nature, the fires globally, our forests in flames, the rainforests, our people displaced, and the sea being polluted by plastics, by sound, by sonic exploration, and the hunger for oil, but also the desire to express one's imagination and beliefs through art. And so I'm so grateful to work with Soundwalk and Santiago, and that your city has welcomed us. I'm I've already explored. I'm already on the streets looking at everything. And thank you for having us. Thank you.
Director del Soundwalk Collective.
What can I say after Patti Smith? I just want again to renew our thanks to everyone at this table and to the city. It's a great honor to show this work for the first time in Mexico. It's a long collaboration that I had the chance to have with Patti Smith. We have been in a conversation for the last 10 years, and the work you're going to see tonight is the result of this long, ongoing conversation on art, on environment, on what is to be a poet, what is to be an artist today. And the work you will see tonight reflect this conversation that we call correspondence. Correspondence is a term we use in France, more like a 19th century expression for letters that you write to each other. Long letters. And this is, in a sense, this expression of long letters in a more contemporary grammar, but it's this idea of long conversation that unfold through visuals, through objects, through papers and others.
I just wanted to add,
Yeah.
this exhibition, is this on? This exhibition is venue specific. So everywhere we take the elements, it is shaped by the city that we're in. And so what we do, and what mostly Stefan has done in terms of the exhibit, is specifically for you. When it goes somewhere else, it will be different. This is how we are presenting it to you and how we are resonating the venue. So I'm excited about that because it's always new, always different. Am I right?
Absolutely right.
Turn it off. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Escuchemos ahora.
I think if you want, we can take some question, or we
Yes,
can
well,
go. We can go more in details on the work. But I think maybe if you're seeing it tonight, I think a lot is quite clear. And as Patti was mentioning, there are very much topics that are reflecting our conversation and the state of the world today. No, it's a lot about what we're all sharing here in this world and our concern, our hope. And what might need to be changed or at least addressed. So, of course, all in a very poetic term, because this is Patti, words that you will hear it there. So it is all her own writing, and what I do most of the time is I go travel, I record sound. So I go to landscape, different places of the world, all over the world. I bring back the sound to Patti, and then we go in studio, and then, in a sense, Patti walk into the sound that I bring back, and she starts the writing part of it. So what you will going to hear tonight, it's all her work that has been done the last 10 years that was inspired by the sound I bring back in my suitcase, in a sense. Like
Sound in a suitcase.
sound in a suitcase. And that, I guess, triggered Patti to sit and start to write. Sometimes I'm seeing it as a voiceover over a sonic movie. Like long traveling shots. And the long traveling is a sound traveling of me walking into different landscape. And then suddenly a voice come in and start to tell a story. And this is the voice of Patti here.
Escuchemos ahora el mensaje de la doctora Margarita Hernández Ortiz, coordinadora de Extensión y Difusión Cultural de nuestra Universidad de Guadalajara.
Buenas tardes a todos y todas. Bueno, algo muy breve, obviamente todos queremos escuchar, ustedes quieren hacerle preguntas a Patti y a Stefan. Yo solo quería decir que Estoy muy agradecida de que Patti haya aceptado la invitación de la Universidad de Guadalajara, y la aceptó justo porque somos una universidad, justo porque estamos trabajando con los chicos, y eso lo voy a agradecer siempre a Patti y a Stefan. Gracias por creer también en este proyecto. Y este proyecto de cultura de la universidad, ustedes saben, empieza hace muchos años, es una de nuestros pilares fundamentales, y vamos avanzando justo en crear este diálogo entre los artistas y nuestros alumnos y la comunidad que nos rodea. Para nosotros, la feria, la FIL, el Festival Internacional de Cine, todo es importante. La inversión de la universidad está en donde es importante la inversión de la universidad, y eso es fundamental. Hoy, por ejemplo, vamos a tener la oportunidad de ver la exposición de Stefan y de Patti, de Soundwalk Collective, hasta el 16 de marzo de manera gratuita para todos los que quieran ir, y podemos y queremos hacer y abrir las puertas del concierto de Patti para nuestros alumnos y escuelas de arte locales que recibieron una invitación muy especial y aceptaron, para que Patti y Stefan puedan tener este diálogo con los alumnos, con las nuevas generaciones. So, Patti, thank you so much for saying yes to University of Guadalajara. We are so happy that you are here with us, and our students and our teachers are so thrilled also. So, thank you for being so generous. Our students are going to your concert for free, and your exhibition is going to be until March. So thank you for this generosity, and welcome, Stefan. Welcome, Patti, always.
Tendremos un breve tiempo para una sesión de preguntas y respuestas. Si alguien quiere hacer uso de la palabra, a favor de manifestarlo.
Hola, ya. Buenas tardes a todas y todos. Soy Mariana González Márquez, de Agencia F. Para Patti y para Stefan, por favor, ¿qué interpretación le dan a este mundo que está a punto de la crisis climática, que tiene 2 guerras en proceso, lamentablemente? ¿Cómo convertir esta realidad? De acuerdo. De acuerdo. Okay. ¿En español? Prefiero en español. Muy bien. Bueno, ante este mundo con crisis climática y 2 guerras en curso, ¿qué interpretación le dan a esta situación que está viviendo el mundo? Pero sobre todo, ¿cómo interpretar, cómo volcar esta realidad en algo tan sublime como una obra de arte que es esta exposición? En algo tan que puede llegar a la fibra de las personas. Gracias.
So the way we were talking about the environment and the topic of environment, we thought with Patti that maybe the way to do it, to frame it, is into the lifetime of Patti, since she was born up to today. And then what happened in that one lifetime? How many forests, how many acres have been burned and destroyed? How many species have disappeared? It's just in one lifetime. That never happened in the human story. It's the first time that we see such an acceleration in a pace. So when we thought about this with Patti, I think the idea of the birthday of Patti to today, we will mention years by years every single forest and acre that has been burned, as well as every species. I think this is maybe a way for all of us to understand better what's happening around us right now.
I can say it seems very simple as a track, but I was born in 1946, so we start in 1946. How many thousands of acres were burned? 47, 48, and by the time I'm 77, so by the time we got why I'm 70 years old, I could not stop crying because I was so overwhelmed when you get to, it starts with 23,000 acres, then you're like 1.4 million acres burned in a fire, in forest fires. Then it's 2 million acres, and it's over and over and over till it almost seems like madness. And the same with species. We start in 1946, I'm a baby, maybe one bird and 3 frogs and 1 fish, and then the enormity, just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of species gone since I was a baby. I'm just one person. And it's so simple, but you can't run away from it. And it's, you know, we express various ways, expressing, you know, homages to nature, not only mourning extinction or near extinction, but this simple method was, for me, very moving and painful. And Stefan got footage of many, many, many old footage, newsreel footage, home footage of one fire after another, one bird after another gone, one fish, one mammal gone forever. And so that is our way to express what is happening in our world.
Para allá hay una pregunta.
Hi, hello. Hi, Patti. Hi, Stefan. It's I'm so excited to have you here. I'm over here in the way in the back. Okay. I'm actually the head of education here at the museum, and as a young person, as an educator, as an artist, I would like to ask you both, what can we do from art, from education, from these points of view to help with you know how we're destroying our home? Because the truth is that the world is our home and we're destroying it, and it's so overwhelming. I don't know if you have any pointers for us young people so that we can, you know, be part of this change that needs to happen, because otherwise there's not going to be anything left.
Well, I mean, I can't pretend to know answers, all the answers. I would simply, one thing, be aware, be educated, be angry, and be prepared for people that are only interested in commerce, making money, business, will either laugh at you or do worse than that, just like they do to Greta Thunberg. I think, you know, anything that we can do. We need a global effort. I mean, I look to new generations, I mean, the young, to save our world, because we have not done a good job. And the only other thing I would say is, do not discount the small things. Stop using plastic. Stop using straws. Stop ordering food you're not going to eat. Stop being wasteful. If each person did small things, you know, pick up litter, remember that every time you get something plastic or anything, that is something that is going to pollute our planet. So some people can only do small things, but imagine if billions of people did small things. So don't discount the small things. Those who are, you know, more political, more active, go into legislature, try to make new laws, but it first starts with awareness, and do not accept what the generations before you have done. They have not done well. And our everything, our seas, our oceans, and some of it will require sacrifice. You know, you need to shut down a certain factory that is completely destroying the river, killing the river, dumping chemicals in the river. Oh, people will lose jobs, but if they keep doing that, their children will get cancer. we have to be ready to be sort of climate warriors, and it will not be easy. And but we don't have time to waste. So God bless new generations. They're our big hope. We were good.
How are you? Stefan, it's a pleasure to have you here. I just noticed also that Lenny Kay is coming with you. So I just wonder if Lenny is taking part in a way in Correspondence.
Well, Lenny has never seen Correspondence. He is here as my friend. And guess maybe at the end I can persuade him to do a song. But he is here to see what we are doing. And here is my friend. But he's right there if you want to look at him. Say hello. But for me, one of the great rewards of working with Soundwalk is that I am able to express myself in other ways, in the ways that I began, and that's with language. But I'm sure maybe at the end, maybe at the encore, I can pull Lenny on the stage and do a song. But he will be joining you to get a sense of what Soundwalk is doing. And so anyway, thank you for asking. Yes? Any more questions?
Hola Patti, buenas tardes Patti. Soy Gerardo Ortega. Quería preguntarte lo siguiente, ahorita en este proceso creativo en el que se encuentran junto con Stefan y teniendo de marco este maravilloso espacio que recupera la memoria y la cultura mexicana, considerando que también Patti en el 2012 estuvo en un concierto en el Teatro Nahuacalli en México, si hubiera la posibilidad que en colaboración hicieran un trabajo conjunto tomando como referencia la cultura mexicana.
Doing what?
If you were inspired by the Mexican
culture and these murals from Orozco, if you are being inspired
if I'm inspired by Mexican culture? I can only tell you, when I was 16 years old, my mother gave me a book called, The Fabulous Life of Diego Rivera. And in this book, I learned at 16, in 1964, about Diego Rivera, about the revolution, about his heritage, about Frida Kahlo, Guadalupe Maran, Tina Modotti, Trotsky. I mean, I learned so much in one book. And as soon as I was able to save enough money, my first trip, I came to Mexico City and I went to Veracruz by myself. I went to Veracruz to look for the best coffee. And I went to Mexico City because I wanted to see the home of Frida Kahlo. And I was very young and it was closed for renovation. So I didn't get to see it, but I saw the city. I love the literature, the film, the passion and love of the people, how they express their faith through art, through prayer, celebration. There's a million ways that I have been affected by Mexican culture since I was very young. And you might say, then why don't you speak Spanish? I can't speak any language, but I can feel, I feel the earth of Mexico. I feel the soil. I have painted with the red soil of the mountains and the caves of Mexico. And I'm just so, I've been up in Monterrey to see the White Mountains. I've never been here. I'm so happy to be in a new city. And I don't know how this city will inspire me. But next time I come, I will tell you what happened.
And Stephen,
Hello.
the way you say
Good question. Oftenly, you know, I'm not coming from music, I'm coming from sound in a sense, from field recording. And oftenly, you know, when you make music, you're choosing or you're deciding oftenly the melody or you're trying to compose in a sense. In field recording, most of the time, you are more like a butterfly catcher. You're listening. It's an act of presence. It's an act of allowing the sound to come to you. And when it comes to you, it often dictates where it's going next. So it's going somewhere and being in this place of presence, in a place where you listen, and then sound will come to you and will progressively give you a sense of where this piece will go and how from there to layers and layers, other sound, other instruments, and then of course Patti poetry on it. So it's more of a sense of manifestation, no? Where things come to you and then suddenly you get some kind of clarity, and it's process by process, layers by layers, eventually to the last stage of Patti coming with her poetry, her words, and then suddenly the piece come to a place where we both feel at some point it's getting complete, or it's there. It's the right place to be. But you know, it's sometimes for tracks, years in the making. We're going back to the studio, we redo it. After Patti record, I re-add some other sound, and then over and over and over until to the point where we said, okay, that's it, enough.
The question was to how we build the sound. Well, I mean, for me, I love travel, but I'm not at this time in my life able to make very hard travel. Stefan goes into the mountains of India. He went up into the mountains and the caves in Mexico to see where Artaud experienced the peyote rituals. He goes to places, Ethiopia, places I cannot go, but he brings the atmosphere of these places home to me. Whether it's Chernobyl or Addis Ababa, he brings the atmosphere, and there's no boundaries because there's no verse, chorus. I don't have any boundaries. I can just walk in the sonic landscape that he has given me, and then I improvise. I don't really write. I just go in the studio, and which I did with my band. I have done in Radio Ethiopia, Radio Baghdad, many pieces I've done with my band that are improvised. And so I'm very comfortable improvising, and I love that there's no real boundaries, just layers, just sonic layers. And truthfully, sometimes music will come out. Every once in a while, I'm singing in the middle of it just because a certain tone brings out a bit of music. So I hope that answers.
Hello, Patti and Stefan. Welcome to Guadalajara and welcome back to Mexico. Thank you for being here and honors with your presence. My question for Patti first is, through your lifetime, all the knowledge and learning that you have acquired, what would be the best lesson, if you can summarize, I know it's hard, but if you can summarize like the best message that you can give to young Patti 50 years ago that you can now apply also to new generations so they have that information or they have that message that you want to share with them. And for Stefan, you don't always have the opportunity to get the information firsthand from the artist. You just feel the expression, but what is the vision that you want to share with this amazing art that we are going to see? in this expo and tomorrow night. Thank you.
Your mission. Mission impossible.
Mission impossible. No, I think, I mean, you know, it's difficult to answer to this question. I think it's more of an experience of being human, as I was saying, and the idea of the correspondence is that nothing gets really resolved, maybe in a process of creation, but it's an attempt trying to get to the truth, no? To go, as Picasso was saying, no, at the depths of the well and to dig out some type of truth or some type of something that suddenly touched the heart, you know, and then because sound has this quality like smell, it's not intellectual, it just comes to you and it doesn't have filter, it just touches you immediately. And I think this is when maybe when the pieces are successful, I think is when they're reaching you directly with no filter, straight to the heart.
And for your question to me, well, I was taught very well by my father and mother to work hard and be responsible. I think I am a hard worker. I've always worked hard. But I was also very arrogant as a young person, and perhaps I needed to be arrogant to do the work that I set out to do. But I would add to my young self, do not forget gratitude. Be grateful every day. Be grateful for your life, for the work that you're doing, for the opportunity to do what you're doing. Be grateful to the people who have cleared paths for you, who have mentored you, to your teachers. Be grateful. And also, I would tell myself to listen to your mother a little more. But in terms of gratitude, I can also say I'm grateful to all of you. I'm grateful to Santiago for bringing our exhibition to Bogota and then bringing it here and continuing and believing in us, and the university. If we don't have people believing in us and helping bring this very complicated exhibition to their country, we are not able to, hola, we are not really able to exhibit it. So everyone, volunteers, students, from the highest person to the person maybe who will tomorrow or tonight bring me a cup of coffee. I'm so grateful. So yeah, gratitude and hard work.
Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? Soy Iván Serrano de la Universidad de Guadalajara, reportero. Quería preguntarles sobre qué tema van a abordar sobre México, sobre Jalisco en la exposición. Mencionaron que tenían algo muy particular para nosotros. En Jalisco, en México, vivimos situaciones ecológicas gravísimas, el río más contaminado del país, pérdida de áreas naturales. ¿Qué es lo que vamos a poder ver en el conjunto Santander?
Yes, as Patti was mentioning before, we do want to adapt the exhibition and to make a site-specific exhibition for each place we're going. And for here, I think you will see when you will go to the exhibition, we have worked with the space, of course, and we also have added stone that you will see for yourself. I don't want to spoil it before you're arriving, that also are part of this correspondence, this conversation we're having, because as we all know, we're all sharing as it was mentioned earlier, a planet, and in it there's a lot of correspondence with each other. So you will see for the exhibition there's a part of it that is specifically linked to the earth and the place and the volcano and the presence of the city and the university where we are in.
Para una pregunta más.
Hola, hola. Hola, Patti. Mucho gusto. Preguntarte primero, me sorprende que nunca hayas venido a Guadalajara. Me gustaría saber qué piensas tú, por qué tardaste tanto en llegar acá. Y en ese sentido también, ¿por qué deciden que sea Guadalajara? Tengo entendido que la exposición fue primero en Bogotá y ahora acá. ¿Qué significa y por qué deciden que sea acá más allá de la feria? Y lo otro es preguntarles si ustedes están enterados sobre la construcción del Tren Maya en la selva maya, si ustedes tienen alguna opinión, si están enterados sobre lo que está pasando de este tren que está atravesando la selva maya. Y por último, quisiera también preguntarte, el año pasado se cumplieron 70 años de la muerte de Roberto Bolaño. Quisiera saber qué piensas tú ahora que si él estuviera vivo tuviera 70 años, igual que tú. Gracias.
Roberto Bolaño. I can answer that, but maybe Santiago and you could answer the first one. Yeah.
So to the question, and then maybe Patti can finish.
Hola. Gracias por las tres preguntas en una. Son un poco diversas, pero voy a intentar responder la que me competiría a mí, que es el por qué aquí, si estoy bien, que es la segunda. Hablaste de un Tren Maya, después de por qué aquí, después de Bolaño, ¿verdad? Porque aquí en Guadalajara hay una universidad con 320,000 estudiantes. Creo que es la mejor respuesta que te puedo dar. Es lo único que… Una universidad que tiene 320,000 estudiantes, que tiene una inversión tan absolutamente obvia en la cultura, en la extensión cultural de sus estudiantes para una formación integral, que ofrece unos espacios envidiables para cualquier estudiante latinoamericano o cualquier estudiante del mundo, que puede subir unas escaleras o bajar unas escaleras de un complejo y estar en una cineteca, en una sala como la Sala Plácido Domingo donde se va a hacer el performance, en una sala 3 como donde vamos a estar con la exposición, y que si estoy seguro que si se quedaran una semana más empezaban a hacer cosas en la sala 2 y en la sala 1, y en la biblioteca. Es decir, pasé 2 minutos en la biblioteca y los fondos de la biblioteca son absolutamente impresionantes. La hemeroteca que tienen de lenguas indígenas en el tercer piso es una cosa soñada para cualquier persona. En mi condición de colombiano me da orgullo poder pensar que puedo venir a una universidad latinoamericana y ver el cuidado que se está haciendo para que los estudiantes tengan una formación integral. Entonces realmente creo que si hay 320,000 estudiantes que tienen el derecho a recibir este tipo de infraestructuras, tienen el derecho a tener arte de excelencia. Sobre todo, y aprovecho para decir que en este colectivo que mencionaba ahora, hay personas de México, Hay personas de Georgia, hay personas de Italia, hay personas de Alemania, hay personas de Colombia, hay personas de Estados Unidos, hay personas de Francia, hay personas de Portugal, hay personas del Reino Unido, y todas estamos trabajando para generar ese mensaje y ese eco de lo que vemos y sentimos en estas tierras.
Just a one note about why Guadalajara. For me, it's new, a new place. I've never been, but it's also a hub of so much possibility. I was learning about the university, and didn't you say there's like 300,000 students? Where better to bring work that speaks of our environment, our world, of art and poetry, to a place that has 300,000 young people who want to make change in our world. So I'm very happy that we are here. And I can't answer your second question because I have no knowledge. The third question about Roberto Bolaño, funny because this morning I was suddenly very sad for a moment, realizing I'm in Mexico thinking of Roberto, who died at 50 after doing just part one of the great masterpieces of literature, 2666. And I can only today, I was nearly in tears thinking, if he could have only lived, what would have happened? He ends it in Mexico. What would have happened? What would have happened in this book that was supposed to contain the secrets of the world? So I think about Roberto a lot. I never got to meet him, but he's in my consciousness always.
Únicamente nos resta agradecer a las personalidades que nos acompañaron presidiendo esta ceremonia, muy especialmente a Patti y Stefan, un cariñoso agradecimiento de todos nosotros. Los invitamos a tomarse una fotografía oficial de este acto y a todos ustedes por su presencia, muchísimas gracias.